Welcome to Dr. Fred Markets. This is not financial advice. The gap between those who understand finance and those who don't is growing every year. Markets, crypto, artificial intelligence, they just require attention. You showed up today. You're on the right side of that gap. Let's make it count. Let's go.
Sports fans are front-running hedge funds and stealing their edge. Bitcoin at 73K gets the headlines, but the real gambling market lives in your fantasy league and UFC group chat. Sports betting handle in the US is now over $120 billion a year, with states like New York pulling in more betting volume than daily stock trading at regional brokers. That's not entertainment. That's a shadow options market with jerseys. Signal 1. Bookmakers now price a quarterback injury faster than Wall Street prices a profit warning. The second Jackson Dart pops up in a photo with a politician, sportsbooks don't argue about optics. They move the line. Money hits the spread. Algorithms update. Risk managers adjust exposure in minutes. Compare that to how long it takes analysts to update price targets after a CEO scandal. By the time your breaking news note hits your inbox, Vegas has already repriced 3 games and cleaned out the slow money. Signal 2. The UFC learned to monetize volatility better than your broker. Ronda Rousey gets dragged into another what-if rematch headline, says she'd clean her clock, and the fan base lights up. Do sportsbooks care whether she's actually fighting again? No. They care that narrative volatility equals handle. Duplicate this across every league. Injury rumors, trade gossip, contract drama, and you get a real-time derivatives tape that trades human narratives, not earnings reports. Athletes are volatility assets. The odds are their implied volatility surface. Signal 3. Sports betting models look exactly like high-frequency trading, but dumber money shows up faster. Books run Monte Carlo sims, Bayesian updates, player-based regression models, the same statistical backbone behind quant funds. But unlike Wall Street, retail bettors sprint into these markets pre-flop using raw emotion. Hometown bias, recency bias, I watched the game, bro confidence. The house doesn't need better models than Citadel. The house just needs you to think you are Warren Buffett with a FanDuel login. Here's the cliffhanger. Every bias draining your sportsbook account is quietly draining your investment portfolio too, and the fix is identical. Here's the connection. Sports betting is your unfiltered risk profile, and Wall Street already knows it. Casinos and sportsbooks harvest 3 things: your appetite for risk, your tolerance for drawdowns, and your reaction to pain. That data set is basically a personality REIT, and it tracks perfectly into how you buy stocks and crypto. You hammer same-game parlays? That's leverage addiction. You chase after a bad loss with a bigger bet? That's doubling down on losers. You only bet your favorite team?
Does what you just heard make you want to learn more, to dig deeper, to ask better questions? That curiosity is exactly what separates people who understand finance from those who don't. Most people stop at the surface. You're going further. Let's continue.
That's home bias in your brokerage account, overexposed to your employer stock or one shiny sector like Nvidia. Sportsbooks use this to tune the product. Juicier odds structures where suckers overbet, tighter spreads where sharps lurk. Translate it to markets. Algorithms front-run your order flow in meme stocks, options chains, microcap trash, anywhere your inner degenerate gambler shows up in size. The system doesn't hate you, it farms you. One new thing you learned today: your betting history is a live, tradable profile of your portfolio behavior. You are leakier than you think. Mechanism time. Here's how to steal the sportsbook's edge and use it on yourself. Step 1. Export your shame. Pull your last 50 bets, or if you're clean, pull your fantasy trades or March Madness bracket picks. Classify every decision as chasing loss, FOMO entry, emotional hedge, I'll bet against my team so I'm happy either way, or actual research. You'll see a pattern in under 10 minutes. That pattern is your investing bug. Step 2. Imagine every stock, ETF, crypto buy as a bet slip. Before you click buy, answer the same questions a bookmaker uses. What's my implied probability of being right? What odds am I actually getting? Risk versus payoff. How much of my bankroll am I staking? If you can't write those 3 answers in one sentence, you're not investing. You're live betting earnings calls. Step 3. Replace parlays with portfolio rules. Parlay energy in markets looks like this: piling 5 speculative stories into one portfolio and calling it diversified, EV startup, tiny AI token, microcap biotech, friend startup, YOLO call options. That isn't diversification. That's a five-leg emotional parlay. The pro move, one rule you never break. For example, no single thesis over 10% of net worth without a written exit plan. One rule destroys half your gambler nonsense overnight. So what does this mean for you? With Bitcoin flirting with new highs and the S&P cruising, your biggest risk is not the next crash. It's your sports brain leaking into your portfolio while you call it conviction. Here's the conclusion. 1. Treat sportsbooks as free X-rays of your risk addiction. 2. Translate every bet habit into an investing rule to kill that bias. 3. Use your inner degenerate as data, not destiny, or stay the house's exit liquidity in both Vegas and Wall Street. This is not financial advice. This is a mirror. If you learned one thing about yourself today, hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. I'll keep telling you the stuff your broker never will. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and check the links in the first comment below.
That's it for today on Dr. Fred Markets. I hope this gave you clarity and a new perspective. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you found this useful, subscribe. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Find me on the blog at drfredmarkets.com and join the newsletter via the link in bio. I'm Dr. Fred Markets. See you in the next one.